yesterday. You hit me with a call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Romantic talking, you don't even have to try. You're cute enough to fuck with me tonight. Looking at the table, all I see is weed and wine. Baby, you living the life of me, and you know that you can. Call me when you want, call me when you need. Call me in the morning, I'll be on the way. Call me when you want, call me when you need. Call me on my
This is the single most important technique for digital painting. Let's say we wanted to create some complicated shapes to use in our composition like this. Let's attempt to recreate this shape. Your first instinct might be to outline the shape and fill it in, but it's impossible to do that without totally sacrificing your brush size and losing these clean, smooth lines. Here's the solution. We're going to create a blob of color and carve out the white part. We're going to repeat this process of black, and white until we've achieved our shape. I'm going to stop here because this is just a demonstration, but using this technique you can create any shape with a variety of line weights, straight edges, curves, whatever, without ever having to change your brush size. This may seem extremely obvious to experienced digital artists, but before I figured it out, I could not pinpoint what was wrong with my painting process. This is what helped me.
Easy tip for adding shadows to your art. Duplicate the layer you want to use for your shadow. Then turn the brightness all the way down. Now simply move the shadow to where you want. Then change the shadow layer mode to luminosity, and turn the opacity to around 60%. Finally, use the Gaussian blur tool to soften the edges. Hope this helps.
Let's talk about how to keep your line work and your colors separate. Select your line work layer and set it as a reference layer here. Then, make a new layer below and start adding colors with color drop. It's cool because the colors will act as if the line work is on that layer, but it's not. For more Procreate tricks, follow me.
You can screenshot these color palettes and use in Procreate.
One Procreate hack that everyone should know. So starting out, one of my biggest mistakes was editing on my outline layer. What you should do instead is make that outline a reference layer so that you can color drop onto the layer above. And if you delete your outline, that color still remains and it's still in that shape. So if you change your mind, if you make a mistake, you don't have to worry about it affecting the outline layer. That stays the same.
Here's how you can create this animated Instagram sticker using Procreate. Step 1. Create a 41 by 42 pixel canvas, then turn the drawing guide on and set the grid size to 0 pixels. Now using Bardo Brush's free Pixel Painter brush, draw this pixel art character. Feel free to customize the message with letters from any pixel alphabet. Pause and screen grab this image for reference. Step 2. Turn on Animation Assist and set interpolation to nearest neighbor. Now duplicate and move the character by 1 pixel every 2 frames. Do this over 12 frames so that it moves up and down in a loop. Step 3. Animate the blink. To do this, go to frame 8 and 5 and paint the eyes half closed. Then go to frame 7 and 6 and paint the eyes completely closed. Step 4. Animate the rainbow pattern by shifting the position of all the colors up by 1 every 2 frames. It should all come together like this. Step 5. Add a marker pixel to all 4 corners of each layer and then export as PNGs. Now create a 410 by 420 pixel canvas and re-import all your PNGs, resizing each with fit to screen. Finally, erase all your marker pixels and export as an animated GIF with these settings. Now in your camera roll, simply copy your GIF to the clipboard and paste into your Instagram story. And that's it.
Procreate tip: how to stop those dang accidental finger smudges. We've all been there. You're zoomed in drawing with the pencil, and then an hour later you realize your palm did this. We must end its tyranny. Go to settings, gesture controls, go to general, and disable touch actions. Now your pencil works, your finger doesn't.
So I've always had a problem turning my sketches into hangable artwork. For some reason, my sketches always tend to look better than the inked or coloured version. I'm sure many of you can relate to that, and luckily I found my way around it and wanted to share my little tricks with you. So once you've finished your sketch, try using a darker colour to go over the same outlines of the hair, the face, the eyes, the nose, pretty much everything you just sketched. And then use an even darker colour to give it some extra definition by adding shadows to the hair, the eyes and the face. And then use a lighter colour to completely fill the hair, and then choose your favourite colour to add to the background to give it a pop of colour.
Here's a quick tip for blending colors or not. If you keep your colors close together, when you blur them, the colors will blend, but if you keep white space between them, all of the colors will stay more separate. Look how much purple is formed on the left, but on the right, as you increase the blur, it's not there.
Color your work part 2. There's a way to color faster than this. Once you set your reference layer, go to Adjustments, Recolor. Drag the crosshair to where you want the color to fill. Next, use the flood control to choose a percentage of flood you'd like. Then, tap the areas you want to color. For more Procreate tricks, follow me.
But it tastes bittersweet. Oh, I keep on falling. Oh, I like the taste of it.
This is the best effing hack I've ever experienced. Okay, neat. Wait for it. Like, excuse me.
How to easily add color to your grayscale artwork. Let's get started. First off, you gotta get your line art and stuff all situated. On an underlayer, make this entire thing gray, like the entire image. Now, hide that image. Now, make all your flat colors. So this is the flat and the skin and stuff like that, okay? Boom! Now, hide that layer. Go back to your gray layer. Make a new layer, grab the magic wand tool, select the area you're going to color, like the skin and the face. Grab your favorite brush to shade with, use the color black. Now shade it like you're doing a normal drawing, but it's all in grayscale, okay? And you should get something like this eventually. Get your color layer and move it underneath the shaded area, just like that. And now, go to FX and filter. Go to hue and color balance. And now you can find skin hue and lightness and change the color of it. Look at that, bro. You got skin tone. And same thing with black skin. Just change it until you find the hue you like. That's how you use.
Things I wish I would have known before going pro. I make concept art for Epic, and I'm going to show you how to make dramatic lighting like these examples. Start off by using the selection tool to mask off areas where the light will hit. Once you've selected these areas, go and add a layer, set it as clipping mask, and paint in a solid white in the selected areas. Using the smudge tool, go through and soften some of the edges on the inside. Finally, select a soft airbrush. Choose your light color and set the mode to screen. Now just paint in a glow around the outside. If this helped, follow and let me know what you want next.
How to easily add color to your grayscale artwork. Let's get started. First off, you gotta get your line art and stuff all situated. On an underlayer, make this entire thing gray, like the entire image. Now, hide that image. Now, make all your flat colors. So this is the flat and the skin and stuff like that, okay? Boom! Now, hide that layer. Go back to your gray layer. make a new layer, grab the magic wand tool, select the area you're going to color, like the skin and the face. Grab your favorite brush to shade with, use the color black. Now shade it like you're doing a normal drawing, but it's all in grayscale, okay? And you should get something like this eventually. Take your color layer and move it underneath the shaded area, just like that. And now, go to FX and filter. Go to hue and color balance. And now you can find skin hue and lightness and change the color of it. Look at that, bro. You got skin tone. And same thing with black skin. Just change it until you find the hue you like. That's how you use.
Hey, I know I've been gone for a while, so here's a digital art tip on how to color your clothes. Start with our base layers. Make sure that it is all covered. Also, a quick reminder, if you have different layers of clothes, should be in different layers as well. For our top, let's clip a layer and change the layer mode into multiply. The same color as the top, let's make a gradient, but to only use the foreground. This will make your shading much more easier. For the shading, I'm using this customized brush. Select a slightly darker color and you can start shading. The program that I'm using is Medibang for iPad. Make your drawing have more characters, add a downslide. Using the same brush, switch to clear and erase some of the shadows. It's like what I'm doing here. Now for the final touch, let's use some airbrush and add some pinkish tones to give it more vibrance. I hope this helps. Follow for more.
You can screenshot these color palettes and use in Procreate.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Here's how to make clean artwork in Procreate. Anything above 3000 pixels with 300 DPI, stands for dots per inch, is typically really good. It guarantees that your lines and your artwork will be crisp. Here's a bad example. Because I have a lower DPI, resolution is super bad and blurry.
Here's how to get crazy variation in your line wave in Procreate. This is the easy way, simply by changing your pressure curve settings. So go to Tools, Preferences, Edit Pressure Curve, and set up your pressure curve like so. And voila! Watch how thick and thin those lines get. I mean, like, good lord, look at those lines! So follow for more Procreate tips.
Tip can help you get your foot in the door at your favorite studio. I'm a concept artist, and here's how to paint skin like these examples. Start off by choosing a light orange color. Now, use a dark warm color for your lines. Choose a similar color for your shadows. Next, go in and select the areas that will be in shade. Fill the shadows in and watch close because this is where it takes shape. Paint in any occlusion shadows, and begin to blend the areas between the light and shadow. Paint in highlights wherever your light hits directly. Blend these out again and add final details or lighting. If this helped, follow and let me know what you want next.
Do you get annoyed when you're trying to make a flat layer under your line art and it takes ages? You have to erase overlaps and keep checking everything is connected while inking around the inside of the character. I mean, look at the state of this. If you duplicate your inked layer like I have here, add a new layer above the duplicated line art and activate clipping mask. Use the color you want your flat layer to be and fill the clipped layer, and then merge with the layer below. Now on this layer, you can easily fill in the character with your base color. Now all you need to do is drag your flat layer underneath your original line art layer. If you add a layer in between the two, you can activate a clipping mask to easily color your character without going outside of the lines. I hope you found this useful.